Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video about my book collection, but this time I won't show you my colored pictures, but instead I will talk about the biggest gemstones, quite precious books which I own, but where I hadn't colored, where I still have some kind of mental block. I love this book, I treasure them, I am extremely happy that I have them, but I still don't have enough courage to start coloring in them. I don't know why. It's not that I'm not very confident in my skills or that I will be very disappointed if picture won't turn exactly like I imagine it. I know that it's a normal thing for coloring books that you have many pictures in each book, so you will have second attempt, third attempt for similar picture from the same artist, but still these books I have them, I love them extremely, and they are sitting on my shelf without being used. I hope that next year I will manage somehow to resolve this mental problem, this block, and at least something from this pile will go into active work. First I have the Apple Forest Girl. I have only one book. It was precious present. I tested art supplies here, and well, after that that was all. I think that here my biggest problem is that, well, those pictures on the left. It's one of the reasons why I am not a huge fan of Korean books, because many of them have those pictures on the left. Maybe they have to be inspiring, but if I want to find inspiration from the artist, I would go on internet, on Instagram, and I will find original full color picture, like I do from time to time for Jasmine Beckett Griffiths. But when I have it here, it's pressing for me because I look here, it looks so lovely and I immediately want to repeat it, but I hate to copy, even copy the original art. So, and it's very difficult when you look here, it's very difficult to find a way to do your picture original, more beautiful. You know that artist selected the best color palette for the style, for the line art. So for me, it's a little bit of block to have these pictures on the left. I will try to find at least something here where I won't be so inspired by the original art, where I at least will be able to change some small details. I'm not talking about only changing color for the dress, for example. For me it's not a full change, so maybe instead of green leaves I need to do autumn leaves. So I prefer to do my own original works, to use my own color palettes, and somehow amazing pictures on the left, they are messing with my creativity. Next, I have this precious book. I have it already for a couple of years. I think that 2 years definitely. It's by Anna Marcinkiewicz. I absolutely love. I'm glad that she continues to create coloring books, postcards for coloring, and I feel a little bit ashamed that I have this beauty and I hadn't colored it yet. But here I decided that if we have Tales from the Star and inside of the book we have pictures connected to zodiac signs, maybe January will be perfect time to start coloring in it. And for each of zodiac sign I can color at least one picture through the year, and it will be a good choice for this book to be colored. It has perfect quality. I absolutely love paper in these books, and I love those designs. Some of them are more grayscale, some of them are more line art, and I love this thing. I do love compositions here, all Anna Marcinkiewicz. Pictures have really nice compositions, and you can select various pictures for one zodiac sign, so you definitely will find something for your taste. And paper is great. So I hope that we will start from January and I will have some kind of marathon. I don't promise to do 12 pictures for 12 zodiac signs, but at least something I hope to do during the next year. Here I have another one. It's Queens of Poland. It's beautiful. Again, quality of the pictures of the book, the cover, the binding, the paper. It's amazing. Paper is great for layering, for doing skin, for using various brands of pencils. So my problem is that I'm still afraid to do big portraits. You know that usually when I color people, their faces, they are tiny, tiny, tiny. Then I don't have, in such way, I don't have problems with blending, with shading. Here when we have various ladies with slightly different origin, so slightly different skin tone, hair color, you have to think more carefully about all shading, how to show their characters. Some of them were unhappy, so you maybe need to show them some kind of stronger shadows on their faces. Some of them were younger, some were older. Oh well, so it's not an easy task to start coloring here if you want to color it properly. But I decided that maybe if I would invest myself a little bit more of story of them, to read more books about Poland history, maybe it will be easier for me to select some characters, maybe from Henryk Sienkiewicz or other Polish authors which I love to read, their historical novels. So maybe in such way I will push myself into coloring in this book, and I will try to select face where the size is smaller, because it's a shame. I think that I promised to start coloring in this book already 10 times, so I'm really ashamed myself. It's like I'm repeating, and then I still quite covered to start coloring here. Another total beauty is this book Wildflower Folk by Kristen Karen. It's amazing. It's from my favorite publisher, from Blue Angel Publishing. Again, paper is great. The look of this book is amazing and pictures are great. Exactly kind of grayscale which I love, not very dark and helpful for beginners. So here I am not afraid to color portraits. Why I hadn't started to color in this book? No idea. Maybe lack of time, because I color small set of books which I have near me, like Matchstick Mouse, Teresa Goodrich, and something else. Kerber Razanas. I try to color more in Kerber Razanas. Mythographic from time to time. Razanas and mythographic, because if I want to justify purchasing their new books, then at least I need to color something. Otherwise, I again will be ashamed. So I never have time for something decent in this book. And I also saw already so many great pictures from other colorists, so I am really also intimidated. For me, it's also it could be a big stop that I saw many beautiful finished pictures, so I am not very confident that I will be able to do something at least closer to that level of doing portraits. For a long time I also have those beautiful books by Nicholas Chandranathan. It's very difficult to pronounce the name correctly, so I'm really sorry. But I think that you all know those books. It's Irene and it's Serena. Again, both books are very interesting, very beautiful, and they have this vibe which I really love, that it has something mythical, something with national character, with many pictures here connected to the Asian culture, so they are really great. And paper also is really nice. Again, why I hadn't started something here, no idea, guys, just no idea. I look at them each time, and each time I think that I can color almost everything here. They are not complicated, and you have variety of pictures to select from, portraits, some sujet pictures, some animals if you don't want to color persons. And they're also quite interesting because all of pictures, they have names, so you have like beginning of the story, idea behind the picture here and here, and you can start to think about which colors you can select to show the idea of this page. Yeah, Serena, they are a little bit more difficult probably because ladies have bigger amount of details for their jewelry, for their clothes, but they are also amazingly nice. Let me just say that I will look at them once again. I will say thank you for this huge present which I received, I think that already 4 years ago, and that I still treasure it, and well, I'm just happy to look at them. Let's hope that one day I will stop to have this mental block and I will start to color in them. And finally, I have 2 huge books where I also need to color. The first one is Pictura, but it's bigger edition of Pictura. I especially wanted to purchase this one. It's by John Howe. John Howe illustrated one of the editions of Silmarillion and Lord of the Rings, so that's why I wanted his book, and I purchased this big edition because it has a couple of additional pictures comparing to the smaller book. And well, smaller book isn't as intimidating as this one. Paper again is really great, so I definitely will be able to use watercolors, but some of the pictures are extremely challenging. Here I do love dragon and wizard, but I'm not sure how to color the rest of those swirls. Maybe it's flame. So to mask lines or not to mask lines. For this book I'm not sure in selection of art supplies I can use. I love this sketchy, almost pencil style of this book. It's like sketchbook of an artist to be prepared to do full color illustrations for, or maybe pictures for film, but how to color them properly with such style, I don't know. To use watercolors, to use pencils, to try maybe gouache paints. That's why I hadn't colored it yet. And this book, it has a lot of landscape pictures and a lot of leaves. I know that with watercolors I am really bad at doing leaves, trees, they always look very flat. With pencils I am better, but to color A3 size with pencils, I will die. I will need a month for such picture. So here I don't know what to use. Well, it will have to wait. And finally I have my Wildergorn, which is never is going inside of the screen. It's so huge. It's possible to put it only in such way. I did couple of pictures here, and then I simply was distracted. And here to color everything is easy, apart from the huge size of the book. But then I wanted to decorate also somehow the central part, not the central, but part where we have that text. Like, don't know how to show you part with text. Example here. So I decided that maybe I will grab some kind of stencils. I don't have enough of stencils, I have only snowflakes. So I decided that maybe I need bigger selection of stencils, so I will color image, and then with stencils I somehow will decorate also this text. And at that moment I stopped to color, but I hope that in January I will resume it. But I also need to resolve problem if I want to film my coloring. How? Because I totally can't put it inside of the screen. It's so huge. Maybe I need to put my camera on the ceiling, because otherwise it's totally impossible to put it. the whole page into the screen. So it's also blogging problems, but the book is amazing, and each time I read the story a couple of times, and I love to look at those pictures to find those small elements. All my friends, they love to look at these pictures, and it's beautiful even in black and white, but of course I hope to see you in full color one day. So that's where my treasures. It's not that I don't consider my other book like real treasures, especially books which are now out of print, but these ones, they have this feature that I have some kind of mental block to color in them, and I need to do something with it. I hope that one day in the final video of the year I will include these books, not in my untouched books, but in books where I did something and where I will be able to show you my finished works. Thank you, and I will be very interested to listen from you. Do you have some books which you love, where you totally love art? Maybe you can already imagine pictures in full color, but where you hadn't started to color yet, and it's a long story. It will be a huge moral support for me. Thank you, and I will see you soon, maybe even with one of these books.